If you're over 60 and you've recently seen your creatinine number go up, I want to tell you something that may calm you down right away. A high creatinine result does not automatically mean your kidneys are suddenly shutting down, but the mistake many older adults make next can absolutely make things worse. They get scared. They stop eating properly. They grab whatever snack feels easy: crackers, chips, deli meat, sweet granola bars, canned soups in a cup, and without realizing it, they load the body with sodium, sugar, and dehydration. And that combination can put even more pressure on kidneys that are already working harder than they used to. I'm Dr. Thomas Reynolds, and if you stay with me for the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the best snacks to eat to help support healthier creatinine levels after 60, and just as importantly, why these foods matter. Not because they are trendy, not because they are magic, but because they may help reduce some of the everyday stresses that often push kidney function in the wrong direction: high blood pressure, blood sugar swings, inflammation, poor circulation, and not enough quality hydration. And I want to be very clear about something from the start. Creatinine is not a toxin you can simply flush out with one food. Creatinine is a waste product your muscles naturally make every day, almost like exhaust from an engine. Your kidneys are the filters. When the filters are under strain, whether from aging, dehydration, diabetes, heart problems, certain medications, long-standing high blood pressure, or chronic kidney disease, that number can rise. So the goal is not to chase a miracle snack. The goal is to choose foods that are easier on the kidneys, gentler on the blood vessels, and smarter for the body you have after 60. That matters more than many people realize, because after 60, your margin for error gets smaller. You may not bounce back from dehydration the way you did at 35. Your blood sugar may rise faster and stay up longer. Your arteries may be stiffer. Your kidneys may receive a little less blood flow than they once did. And that means the little daily choices, the ones that feel too small to matter, often matter the most. So in this video, I'm going to count down the snacks I recommend most often when older adults want to eat in a more kidney-conscious way. I'll also explain what most people get wrong, what each snack may help support inside the body, and how to use these foods in real life so they don't just sound healthy, they actually become useful. And please remember, if you've been told you have advanced kidney disease, or you're on dialysis, or your doctor has told you to restrict potassium, phosphorus, protein, or fluids, your plan may need to be personalized. So use this as smart general guidance, but keep your own clinician in the loop. And one more thing before we begin. If you're watching today, I'd love to know your age and where you're watching from. I always say this channel is not just about information. It's about community. It helps people realize they are not facing these health scares alone. Now let's start with a snack that almost nobody gets excited about, and that is exactly why it works. Number 9, apple slices with cinnamon. This is one of the most underestimated snacks in all of senior nutrition. People hear apple and think ordinary, too simple, not powerful enough, but that's the trap when kidneys are under pressure. Simple is often better. Apples are helpful because they give you fiber, especially a type called soluble fiber, which acts a bit like a sponge in the digestive tract. It helps slow down how quickly sugar enters the bloodstream, and that matters because unstable blood sugar can quietly damage the tiny blood vessels that feed the kidneys. Think of those small vessels like delicate garden hoses. If sugar stays too high for too long, the inner lining gets irritated and stiff. Over time, the filters suffer. Apples are also satisfying without being salty, and that is a huge advantage after 60. One of the biggest reasons kidney numbers worsen is not dramatic illness. It's chronic pressure, too much sodium, too many processed convenience foods, too many snacks that make the body hold on to fluid while also pushing up blood pressure. Cinnamon can make apple slices feel like a treat, and when healthy food feels pleasant, you are more likely to stay consistent. That matters. Consistency beats intensity every time. Here's how to use this snack well. Slice one small apple. Leave the skin on if you tolerate it. because that's where some of the fiber lives. Sprinkle a little cinnamon on top. Eat it slowly, not while pacing the kitchen, not while standing over the sink. Sit down and let it actually count as a snack. If you want more fullness, pair it with a physician-approved protein source later in the day rather than turning it into a sugary dessert. The mistake to avoid is covering the apple in caramel dip, sweetened nut spread, or salty packaged toppings that turns a supportive snack into a blood sugar and sodium problem very quickly. And wait until you hear the next one, because this fruit may help far more than your kidneys alone. Number 8. Blueberries. If apples are steady and reliable, blueberries are quiet little repair workers. They're small, but they carry compounds called anthocyanins, the natural plant pigments that give them that deep blue color. In plain English, those compounds have been studied for their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. Why does that matter after 60? Because aging is not just about getting older. It's also about accumulating wear and tear, a little more inflammation, a little more oxidative stress, a little more damage to the lining of blood vessels, and your kidneys depend on healthy blood flow. So do your brain, your heart, and your legs. This is why I like blueberries so much for older adults. They're not just kidney food. They are body-wide support food. When your circulation improves, your organs often work better together. Think of your bloodstream like a delivery service. If the roads are damaged, everything is delayed. Oxygen delivery is worse. Waste removal is worse. Healing is slower. Good snack choices help protect the roads. Blueberries also satisfy the desire for something sweet without the heavy sugar load that comes with pastries, cookies, or sweetened yogurt cups that can help with energy, mood, and even mental clarity. Many older adults tell me they feel foggy in the afternoon, and very often part of that picture is unstable blood sugar followed by a crash. A practical way to use blueberries is simple. A half cup to 3/4 of a cup, fresh or frozen, in a small bowl. Frozen blueberries are excellent if you want something cooling in warm weather or if dry mouth makes crunchy snacks less appealing. Let them soften for a few minutes and eat them slowly. What's the common mistake? Turning blueberries into jam, muffin filling, or sweetened smoothies with juice and syrup. Once the added sugar piles up, you lose much of the benefit you were trying to get. And the next snack may surprise you because it doesn't look like comfort food at all. But for many older adults, it can be one of the smartest swaps they ever make. Number 7. Red bell pepper strips. Most people do not think of bell peppers when they think of snacks. They think of side dishes, salads, vegetable trays at parties. But red bell peppers are one of my favorite kidney-conscious snack foods because they bring crunch, color, and satisfaction without the sodium hit of chips or crackers. That crunch matters more than people think. Many snacks are not eaten because the body truly needs nourishment. They are eaten because the mouth wants texture, salt, noise, a sense of reward. Red bell peppers can help meet that need in a much gentler way. They are rich in vitamin C and other plant compounds that have been studied for supporting immune function and helping reduce oxidative stress. They also fit well into eating plans for many people who need to be more thoughtful about potassium compared with some other produce choices, and that can be useful for older adults who've been told to be cautious. Here's the bigger lesson. When kidney function is struggling, every snack should answer one question: does this feed the body or does it burden the body? A bag of salty crackers often burdens the body. It spikes sodium, does very little for fullness, and makes you thirstier. Red pepper strips do the opposite. They hydrate slightly, provide nutrients, and don't usually send blood pressure in the wrong direction. Use them raw, sliced ahead of time, and kept at eye level in the refrigerator. That one step changes behavior. If the best option is ready, you are far more likely to choose it. If you enjoy a dip, keep it light and low sodium, and use a small amount. The vegetable should stay the star, and please don't ruin this one by dipping it into heavily salted bottled dressings or processed cheese spreads that cancels out the very reason it belongs on this list. Now, the next snack is one of the simplest ways to support both comfort and better choices. especially if you tend to confuse thirst with hunger. Number 6. Cucumber slices with lemon and dill. Cucumbers are not glamorous, they are not trendy, but they are incredibly useful, especially for older adults who snack when they are tired, dry, bored, or mildly dehydrated. And yes, that happens all the time. After 60, the thirst signal can become less reliable. Some people simply do not notice they're getting dry until they feel weak, dizzy, headachy, or mentally flat, and dehydration can absolutely affect kidney numbers. Again, not because a cucumber is going to cure creatinine, but because better hydration and gentler food choices may reduce avoidable strain on the kidneys. Cucumbers are mostly water, and that makes them refreshing and easy on the body. Add a squeeze of lemon and a little dill, and suddenly you have something bright and satisfying instead of bland. It feels intentional, it feels fresh, and that matters because the brain responds to ritual. When a snack feels prepared with care, you are less likely to feel deprived. What most people misunderstand is this: not all salty, sour, crunchy vegetables are equal. Pickles are not the same as fresh cucumber. Pickles can carry a very heavy sodium load, and that is exactly what many older kidneys do not need. So if you want the benefit, keep it fresh. Slice the cucumber thin or in 2 rounds. Add lemon, dill, or a pinch of black pepper. If your doctor has not restricted fluids, you might even pair it with a glass of water and make it your mid-afternoon reset instead of reaching for chips or sweets. Will this snack feel dramatic? No. Will it quietly help you make better choices for the rest of the day? Very often, yes. And sometimes that is what changes the lab work over time. Not one heroic meal, but fewer bad decisions in a row. The next one is for people who miss that satisfying evening, I need something to munch on feeling. Number 5. Unsalted air-popped popcorn. Now this one surprises people because popcorn has a reputation problem. Many people associate it with movie theater buckets soaked in butter and salt. That version is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about plain, air-popped popcorn with little or no added salt. When made this way, popcorn can be a lighter, fiber-containing whole-grain snack that gives you volume and satisfaction without the heavy load of processed snack foods. This can be especially helpful for older adults who want something more substantial than fruit but don't want to spend the evening grazing on pretzels, chips, or cheesy crackers. Why does this matter for creatinine? Because what often hurts the kidneys is not just one nutrient, it's the pattern. High sodium, repeated blood pressure spikes, weight gain from constant overeating, processed food habits that crowd out better choices. Unsalted popcorn can help interrupt that pattern. Think of it like this: your kidneys do not just respond to what you eat today, they respond to the environment you create week after week. If evening snacking goes from salty processed foods to a lighter, lower sodium option, the body notices, blood pressure notices, water balance notices. A good portion is about 2 to 3 cups of air-popped popcorn. You can add a light spray of olive oil if needed and season it with garlic powder, smoked paprika, or a salt-free herb mix. Keep it simple. The mistake is buying the flavored microwave versions loaded with sodium, artificial flavoring, and butter-like additives. That's a completely different food. And before we get to the top 4, let me say this: if these kinds of clear, practical explanations help you feel less overwhelmed by your health, subscribe to the channel and stay with us. My goal is never to scare you. It's to help you understand what your body is asking for, in a way that is calm, useful, and realistic. Now, the next snack is especially helpful for people who crave something sweet but want something gentler than pastries or candy. Number 4. Strawberries. Strawberries are one of those foods that feel indulgent without creating the same metabolic mess as many packaged sweets. They offer fiber, hydration, and natural plant compounds that have been studied for their role in supporting vascular health, meaning the health of your blood vessels. And this is where kidney care becomes whole body care again. Your kidneys are not floating in isolation. They depend on blood flow from the heart, on healthier vessel walls, on steadier blood sugar, on lower inflammatory stress. So when a snack supports the circulation system and helps reduce the desire for high-sugar dessert foods, that's meaningful. For older adults, strawberries can also be easier emotionally. Let's be honest, a lot of dietary advice fails because it feels like punishment. If you tell a 72-year-old man or woman to eat like a machine, the plan won't last. Food still needs joy, still needs comfort, still needs to feel human. A bowl of strawberries can do that. The best way to use them is fresh and plain, or sliced into a small bowl. If you want a little extra flavor, a squeeze of lemon can brighten them beautifully. Keep the portion sensible and don't drown them in sugar. The common mistake is taking a good food and surrounding it with sweetened cream, packaged syrup, or sweet yogurt. Once that happens, the blood sugar impact changes quickly and the snack stops being gentle. And now we're getting into the top 3, where the goal is not just kidney-friendly eating, but smarter appetite control for the rest of the day. Number 3, chilled grapes. This is one of the easiest snack swaps I recommend to older adults who tell me, "Doctor, I just need something sweet in the afternoon or after dinner." Grapes, especially when chilled, can slow you down. That sounds simple, but it's powerful. One of the reasons processed sweets cause trouble is speed. They go down fast. They don't satisfy for long. They push the blood sugar up, then often let it fall. That rise and crash cycle can leave you tired, hungry, irritable, and reaching for more. Chilled grapes naturally create a different rhythm. You eat them one at a time. You taste them. They cool the mouth. They reduce the urge to chase sugar with more sugar. And for many older adults, that can make the entire evening easier. They also carry water and plant nutrients without the sodium burden of most packaged snacks. Again, the kidney message here is subtle but important. Foods that replace harmful patterns often matter more than foods that simply sound healthy on paper. A practical serving is a small bowl, not the entire bag. Wash them ahead of time and keep them visible in the refrigerator. If you hide the good choice in the back drawer and keep cookies on the counter, your future self is going to lose that battle far too often. The mistake to avoid is fruit juice. Juice is not the same as whole grapes. Juice removes the slowing effect of chewing and usually delivers sugar much faster. Now, the next snack is one of the most useful for older adults who have been told to watch protein, but have misunderstood that to mean they should avoid it altogether. Number 2, egg white bites. This may be the most practical high-quality snack on this list. Many seniors become afraid of protein after hearing about kidney disease. And while it is true that some people with kidney problems need more individualized guidance around protein intake, that does not mean all protein is the enemy. In fact, after 60, too little protein can contribute to weakness, muscle loss, slower recovery, poorer balance, and loss of independence. And that matters deeply, because the goal is not just to protect lab numbers. The goal is to preserve the ability to stand up easily, walk safely, recover from illness, and keep doing your daily life with dignity. Egg whites are helpful because they provide high-quality protein while being lower in some of the minerals that can become more complicated in kidney disease compared with many other protein foods. They're also versatile, easy to prepare ahead, and much better than common snack alternatives like processed deli meats, sausage sticks, or salty cheese crackers. Think of protein like repair material. Your body needs it to maintain tissue, support muscle, and keep the machinery working. But the source matters. A heavily processed meat snack may give protein, yes, but it often brings a flood of sodium and additives with it. Egg whites give the body building material with less baggage. A simple way to use them is to make small egg white muffins with chopped herbs or a little red pepper, or just keep a couple of hard-boiled egg whites in the refrigerator. 1 or 2 can make an excellent afternoon snack, especially if you know you're prone to evening overeating. The mistake is turning this into a high-sodium situation. With bacon, processed meat, or heavy cheese, keep it clean, keep it simple. And now we come to the snack strategy I believe helps more older adults than any single food on this list. Number 1, the balanced kidney support snack plate. Not one miracle food, not one super fruit, a plate. This is what surprises people the most, because the best snack for supporting healthier creatinine patterns after 60 is often not a single item. It's a combination that steadies the body instead of stressing it. A little fiber, a little hydration, a little smart protein if it fits your plan, and no sodium bomb hiding in the background. Here's an example. A few apple slices, a small handful of blueberries or strawberries, a few cucumber or red pepper slices, and one egg white bite if you need staying power. That is a real snack. It gives your body multiple signals at once. Gentle blood sugar support, less sodium, better fullness, more nutrients, better odds that you won't rebound into processed food an hour later. This is important because the kidneys do best in a body that is stable. Stable pressure, stable sugar, stable hydration, stable inflammation, and a balanced snack plate helps create that stability better than random grazing ever will. Think of it this way. If your kidneys are already working with an older filtration system, don't send them rush hour traffic every afternoon. Don't send them salt overload, sugar spikes, and dehydration all in the same hour. Send them calmer traffic, better fuel, a lighter workload. That is what this snack plate does. And it's flexible. If you need lower portions, make it smaller. If your doctor wants you to limit certain fruits or fluids, adapt it. If mornings are hard and afternoons are when your cravings hit, prepare it ahead of time. Put it in a clear container. Make the right choice easy. Because when healthy eating depends on willpower alone, it often fails. But when healthy eating becomes the default, it starts to stick. Now, before we finish, I want to give you 3 quick warnings, because these are the mistakes I see over and over. First, don't assume natural means kidney-friendly. Dried fruit, bottled smoothies, vegetable chips, protein bars, and flavored electrolyte drinks can all be far more concentrated in sugar, sodium, or additives than people realize. Second, don't chase creatinine with panic. If your number has risen, talk to your doctor about cause. Sometimes it's dehydration, sometimes it's medication, sometimes it reflects chronic kidney disease, sometimes it changes with infection, heart issues, blood pressure problems, or even temporary illness. The number matters, but the reason matters more. Third, don't ignore symptoms. If you have swelling, very low urine output, severe fatigue, nausea, confusion, worsening shortness of breath, or rapidly changing lab values, this is not a fix-it-with-snacks situation that needs medical attention. But for the vast majority of older adults, daily food choices still matter. A lot. And that is the hopeful part. Because aging does change the body. Yes, the filters may not be as strong, the arteries may not be as flexible, recovery may take longer, but common does not mean untouchable. Getting older does not mean your choices stop counting. In many cases, they count more. Every time you choose a snack that lowers sodium instead of raising it, that matters. Every time you steady your blood sugar instead of spiking it, that matters. Every time you support hydration, circulation, and better appetite control, that matters. And these changes are not just about numbers on a lab report. They are about whether your legs feel stronger when you stand, whether your head feels clearer in the afternoon, whether your rings fit better because you're not retaining as much fluid, whether your blood pressure behaves a little better, whether you keep your confidence, whether you keep your independence. That is why this conversation is so important. So if you remember nothing else from today, remember this. The best snacks to help support lower creatinine after 60 are not extreme, expensive, or complicated. They are simple, lower sodium, less processed, hydration-friendly, fiber-rich, and chosen with intention. Apples, blueberries, red bell peppers, cucumbers, unsalted popcorn, strawberries, chilled grapes, egg whites, and best of all, a balanced snack plate that keeps your body steady instead of pushing it off balance. You do not need perfect eating. You need smarter repetition. You do not need fear. You need a plan. You do not need miracle promises. You need daily choices that respect the body you're living in now. If this video helped you, let me know in the comments which snack you're going to try first. And if you've been working on your kidney health, I'd love to hear what changes have helped you most. Subscribe to the channel, stay with us, and keep learning with me. Because getting older is real, but so is your ability to influence how you age. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.